Hey, my name's Justin. The purpose of this video is to just give you a quick run through of the key facilities and features within the software to help with healthcare equipment shops, mobility scooter shops, and anything in between really. So we'll get straight into it, and the first thing I want to go through is what's on the screen now, what we call the main screen or the main dashboard. Now the reason I want to talk about this is it can be customized per terminal. So if you've got your point of sale PCs where you might want the staff to be able to access the point of sale screen, the customer screen, and maybe the end of shift or end of day process, you can simplify those buttons there just so it gets rid of all confusion. And then we've also got stores that have a separate workshop where they just want the staff to be able to access the repairs module. So you can have it to accommodate that. And then for your back office PCs, you might do your goods received or your quote invoicing or your e-commerce integration stuff and so forth. So you can customize that per terminal, and that customization does flow into the point of sale screen here as well. So you'll see here I've got the hotkeys over on the right hand side, but if I was a customer coming from a previous system and I was used to the buttons either along the bottom or the left hand side, we can do our best to accommodate and try and reflect those as best we can, just so it gets rid of all those teething issues. And these buttons can be linked to anything really, so it can be linked to either stock items, sub-menus, or even certain functionality within the software as well. So if we bring up an item here, I'm going to bring up this mobility scooter. The first thing I want to show you is the serial number tracking. So we can do this from time of arrival all the way to sale against what particular customer as well. Now there's a couple of different ways to sort of handle this. So whether you want to add the serial numbers in when you're arriving the stock via a supplier invoice, or whether you just want the staff member to simply add the serial number in on the fly. The best way to do is probably add them in at the time of arrival. That way this box appears with what you have currently in stock. So I've got the two here. And it actually shows the arrival date as well. So if you did want to get rid of the older stock first, you absolutely can. I'm just going to go do not assign for this one. When you're ending the sale, we can obviously print thermal A4 or A5 hard copies of receipts. We can also do soft copies either via SMS or email. And we can automate discounts as well. So if I click on this customer button here, and I'm just going to choose this particular customer, you'll see down the bottom here a little message pops up to say, hey, this customer here is on a particular profile. So any key customers you want to look after, if they're part of groups or they're part of any sort of plan or whatever it might be, you can automate those discounts, or the system can automate those discounts as soon as you assign those sales to certain customers. Just while we're on discounts as well, you can have it automate discounts if there's items that are part of a catalog special. So I'll bring up those items again. So if I click on this here, you'll see that there's a little sales note to say, hey, if they buy this particular item with it, it'll be at a discounted price as well. So that's what we call mix and match discounts. But you can offer things like stock item discounts, department discounts, quantity range, or even multi-buy as well. So buy 10, get one free and so forth. We also offer full lay-by facilities as well. So if I click on the lay-by button, again, choose my customer out of the list. When I click on end sale, you can obviously put staff codes and staff initials, but based on what you've got set up in the setup side of things as far as lay-bys go, so I've got it to automatically require a deposit, so that can be either a percentage or a flat fee. I've got 3 different durations here which any staff member can select. So if it's a higher ticketed price item and you want to give them a bit longer to pay off that lay-by, you can simply click on the 12 weeks and that will change the fully pay and pick up date, and it will also print the schedule on their receipt as well. Otherwise, if you just want to give them 4 or 8 weeks, you can select either of those as well. The full lay-by management allows you to go in, you can change colours, you can remove things off a lay-by, you can add things to it, and obviously you can make payments and partially collect lay-bys as well. Another thing I wanted to show you was the repair side of things. So again, you can access it via the point of sale screen here. So I've got a button here that says repairs, and that will take me straight to that module there. So adding a repair in is really easy, whether it's a repair or a service job, it doesn't matter. But if I click on this button here, it'll ask for all the repair details, so customer name, the staff member, date entered, if you want to give them a quote amount, and some quick repair instructions as well. If they've purchased the items from you previously, you'll have all that historical info against that customer. So if they did purchase the mobility scooter, you can have that. So if you click on the select stock, it will list all the stock that the customer's purchased, and you can select the mobility scooter straight away, and that will bring across all info like serial number and other things as well. If they haven't purchased it from you, you can easily just select what item is getting worked on. So in this case, it's a mobility scooter, and you'll see here you've got a template of color, brand, capacity, model, and that can be either free text or it can be drop-down menus with pre-selected items in there as well. When I click on next, what type of repair is getting carried out? So I'm just going to go mobility scooter service. You'll see that includes all of this listed here, so tyre check and replacement, battery test, seat test, and so forth. And that will print out on each job card as well, just so the customer knows exactly what was carried out in that job. Once you hit finish, it's essentially like an open invoice. So you can do images, before and after images, and associate those against the job. If you need to order in parts for a particular service job as well, you can do that through here. And there's a couple of smarts about it. So when you do order that part in, it will obviously add it to that next supplier order. And let's just say in 2 weeks' time that part arrives, it'll automatically link it back to the job and add the retail price of that item to the repair job as well. Once you're happy with it, you just go, once it's completed, you basically mark it as completed, and that can trigger notifications either via text message or email to that particular customer. The next thing I wanted to show you was the AI tools, but before we get to that, I'll touch on the barcode lookup database integration we've got, which will then lead to the AI stuff. So if I go to this online database called Barcode Lookup, you'll see here it's got over 1 billion stock items on here and rapidly growing as well. I'm just going to type in walking aid. Normally you don't have to go to this database. I'm just copying a barcode from there. So I'm just going to bring up this item here. I'll just copy this barcode. And if I go back to my retailer screen and scan that barcode in at the point of sale, or even if I'm arriving at via a supplier invoice, you'll see that this screen here is basically saying, hey, I can't find this barcode in the system. What do you want to do? So I'm just going to click add and go through the add stock item wizard. So when I click on next, you'll see that it performs a quick little barcode lookup. Now what that's doing is cross-referencing with that online database, and straight away you can see here it's grabbed the description of that product. So when I go next, I might have to assign it to a department. I'll obviously give it a cost price and a retail price. I'm just going to go $99.95. You'll see down here you can set your markups and GP as percentages, but you've also got AI pricing here as well, which is a really handy tool, not only for if you're unsure of what to sell a product for, but if you also want to see what your competitors in your geographic location are selling that item for as well. So if I click on AI pricing, that will give me 3 different price points of what I can sell this item for. So I've got $149.35 as a standard price. I can get a premium price depending on where I am located in the country, and that's about $179.25. Or people are selling it at a discounted price for about $129. So I can just click the standard pricing and that will adjust accordingly. I click on next. If I click on images, it's automatically pulled the images from that online database. It's grabbed additional info like manufacturer and a couple of other things as well. If I click on next, it brings me to my web settings, and this is where our other AI tool comes in handy. So it's straight away grabbed a web description for me, which doesn't really make sense. But if I delete that and get AI to generate a web description for me instead, that will get AI to absolutely do exactly what I've just said. So within a couple of seconds, if you just want to look over that and read it a bit, it's basically a more in-depth description about that particular product. because obviously with e-commerce you don't have the ability to have a salesperson there selling the item for you. So the more info you can put in the description, the better it is. Once I'm happy with that, I tick web store item. When I click on finish, not only has that added that product into my database, but within a couple of minutes that product will show on my online store with a web description, with a web price, and with images as well. So yeah, really handy tool, that barcode lookup integration. If the items don't exist on that barcode lookup database, that's absolutely fine, because we've got our AI import via the supplier invoice. So basically you can come in here and go invoice arrivals. And if you've got a supplier invoice that's, let's say, a PDF version of it, I can click on AI import, basically find my PDF, which I'm just going to search this one here. This is just a gift supplier. As you can see here on the left hand side, I've got the PDF version. If I get AI to analyze that file, it'll obviously send it across, analyze it, bring it back, and populate my grid over on the right hand side here with all that info. So I'm not sitting there typing in descriptions, how many I ordered, cost prices, supplier stock codes, and all the other fields on this particular PDF invoice. So straight away it's grabbed the supplier name. Anything in red means it's brand new items that I haven't had in my stock file already. If it was, or if it did have items that already existed in your stock file, it obviously already have the department category and all that info as well. But I can just go set all departments to, I'm just going to go beauty, and you can obviously categorize them as well. And then obviously you have to might give it a retail price, but you know, that's an invoice of say between 10 and 15 items. That would normally take me probably about half an hour to bring into the system. This would take me no less than, or no more than 5 minutes really, because I'm not typing in descriptions, supplier stock codes, and all the other data points I said. So yeah, once you've got it all in there, save to arrivals, and then that will create an EDI arrival based on that. Another thing I wanted to show you was the stock item blog post. So again, going to the e-commerce integration, I'm just going to bring up. So if you go into stock item blog posts, and you can password protect everything in the software as well, but I'm just going to go add new, and I'm going to type in mobility. And I'm going to bring up this item here. So if it did have an image, it'll populate the image there. But if I go generate blog post, if you're familiar with AI, you can adjust the prompt over here depending on how you want AI to describe the blog post for you. But I've just used the generic one. But that's basically written, you know, why I choose this particular scooter, what's it perfect for, and a couple of other things as well. So I can click on upload blog post. You can change the publish date of these. So if you did want to schedule in blog posts for the following week, you can do that just by sitting in front of the computer for 10 or so minutes, getting AI to create your blog post for you, and then that way you can schedule in those blog posts for the week. You can put your author name in there as well. That's pretty much it. Obviously the software does a lot more than that. So yeah, if you did want to reach out and see what the software can offer, if you go onto our pricing page here, you'll see the 3 different packages that we offer, and all the inclusions in each package as well. But yeah, if you reach out to sales@towersystems.com.au, we'd be happy to demonstrate it further. Thanks for watching.